Hello everybody, doing a Menoth unboxing of the Colossal Judicator. Now, in this video, I had already recorded it, but for some reason my sound didn't come through. Wow. So I'm recording over it after the fact. So from the front of the box, you can see what the Colossal looks like. And here, I've had a little bit of problems with editing this. The software is slightly different from Ghetto Tech, and that's what I was waiting on before I could start doing some better videos, so I kind of held off for that general reason. Right now I'm pulling the cardboard box out from inside the box, and here's the back studio art of the miniature actually on its base, which is one of the items I didn't show in this video, that and the assembly guide piece of paper that comes with it, because I honestly forgot to reach in the box and grab it. When you get the miniature box, this is how it comes, just like that. So you pull these pieces of styrofoam out, and the cards and template with the base and the put together paper are actually at the bottom underneath everything. This looks like a giant coaster, but it's not. That is your actual rec marker, comes free of charge. Actually really cool that they did that. They could have pinched some pennies and made them and had to make us buy them. Here's the cards that come with your Colossal. There's the damage boxes, right and left side. And here's some of the general information that you need for your Colossal and some special abilities. On this side is the more familiar side that most of us are familiar with. If you've played War Machine and Hordes, you have their weapon abilities and status effects and such. The stat line for the miniature itself, and its field allowance and point cost. Point cost is 18 and field allowance is 2. And here's some of the weapon special abilities that they might have. So we put that off to the side. So we're going to take this box and put it off to the side as well and pull out the first container that I grabbed. Now I now have the ability to tell you what parts are. I cannot tell you what every single part is because, well, looking at the picture art isn't the most helpful thing. So here's one of the exhaust system stacks. As you can see, the light is kind of glaring off of it a bit. I'm zooming in so that I don't have to hold my hand up to the camera. I can kind of just rest it on my desk and keep it in the same spot, and it should be close enough to you for you all to see it. Now I'm going to point out there's a slight miscast / mold line right here, but the light's reflecting right on it, but I do get it to the spot where you can kind of see it. You should be able to see it at the bottom with that little round knuckle. But the camera does cooperate and you can see it. Shouldn't be too big of an issue. A lot of these parts are really well done. No bubbles. This is one of the main shoulder pads on them. Here's the I really honestly don't know what that part of the miniature is. It's big, it's mahogany, that I know, and it goes to the left side of something. But I'm not positive what it is. I don't think it's part of the leg assembly. I'll figure it out as I put the miniature together. So here is the crotch of the miniature. You're looking, that's the bottom, and my thumb is up at the top. I'm trying to show off the intricate sculpting work that they actually put in on this model. And camera's not quite cooperating with me. I do go to a manual focus a little bit later in the video, and then I go back to auto focus, and then the video stays at that point. I'm sorry, I just didn't want to waste your time. This video is quite extensively long just because there is a lot of parts, and I do try to show off the majority of the part itself so that you can kind of see what you're going to get when you pick this up. So here is where the head goes in once I put it in front of the camera. Don't worry, I will. There we go. And the light is reflecting off. I do have my light filtered. I have daylight fluorescent lamps, and I have tracing paper blue tacked over it because I have a desk lamp that holds the fluorescent, and it has one of the adjustable necks, and that goes over my desk. So, losing parts there. Here is the head. The interesting thing about the head is it's the same size pretty much as a lot of the jacks, especially the K-door jacks. And you would think the head would be a lot bigger in comparison just because of how big the Colossal is, but I guess a smaller target's better than a larger target. I'll go with that theory. And I honestly have yet to figure out exactly where that part goes. It goes somewhere, on that I'm positive of. And trying to get the light to cooperate so you can see the pieces better on these metal parts. This right here, I'm actually starting to go into manual focus so that I can just leave my one hand right where it's at, as you see now, and show off the parts. What I did is I just put my hand elbow onto the desk and just left the hand there, and used the other hand to grab parts and bring them up, this part, and bring other parts up. I honestly cannot tell you where this part goes in the grand scheme of the miniature, but I'll show it off. This here are the what I'm going to call dust covers or port covers to the rocket pod launchers. On the left side of the screen are actually the rocket pods. They go into one of the upper, I guess call it shoulder areas, and they glue in. And there's a bunch of these. There's 1, 2, 3, 3, there's 6 per, so there's 12 altogether of each. Trying to get the camera to show the intricate sculpting work that are on those little flaps. And for whatever reason I decided to move all of them over to the same package side. And this one I thought was a Tesla coil. Actually is the flamethrower that goes just underneath the head of the miniature and that center torso upper chest area. This here is part of the boiler system because these are steampunk. So it would use a boiler. That is a piece of decoration that goes somewhere on the miniature. That there is part of the knee pad to the leg. I'm pretty sure. I'm not 100% positive. There's another part of the boiler system, I think. Could be part of the arm system for all I know. And there's another one. So again, and that right there is the leg cover. That covers the upper thigh. Actually, that might actually be the part that covers the head. And here is one of the legs. The back pointy part is actually the heel of it. The toe or slash front of the foot is actually a separate piece. And I don't go off showing the other part of the leg just because you've already seen one side. It's kind of why I just quickly glanced over the other stack. So now I'm just trying to find a safe place for what I've already shown, because there's not a whole lot of room around my desk at the moment. I need to clean up a little bit. So here's the other package. Excuse me. That I believe is another one of the leg. Or actually, these two might have been the leg, or the legs, and the other piece I showed was something else. It might be part of the upper plating that goes over the head. A lot of these parts look alike, so it's kind of hard to tell. That right there is part of the arm. It's the upper bicep area, from what I can tell in the pictures. That would be what I would be the equivalent of an upper bicep for a robot, I guess. Trying to get the camera to focus in on the intricate work. This is where I'm going into an autofocus again, so I can bring it up and get the camera to focus on it. And it does go. Catches it right here, and then I kind of slightly move it around a little bit just so the light can catch different parts of it so you can get a better look of the detail. There is some really nice fine sculpting in this miniature. That should be a hoot to paint up. Here's one of the fists. I don't show the other fists because they're pretty much exactly alike. But there's enough resin here that you could drill out and cut up and convert them to a pose that you would like instead of just being closed fist. This here is the forearm to the Colossal. And as you can see here, there's an R for the right side. A lot of these pieces, if you look, will have L's and R's in them, so you know what side of the miniature they actually belong to. Very nice. Help prevent you from having anatomically incorrect robot. This here is where the missile rocket pods go into. It's basically another part of the shoulder system. There's a little hatch. It must be where the Menothians go inside to put more rockets inside. At first that was like an escape pod, and I was like, wait a second, they don't put people inside these things. This is a very large G joint. I believe it might be more of a torso assembly, and where the legs might hook into. I'm not 100% positive, but that is my assumption. That is the torso crotch area for leg assembly. Here is one of the shield-looking things, which attaches to the forearm and is part of the arms. Some very nice sculpting work on here as well. This here, I believe, is the hip or leg connection piece, and here is the front of the foot and toe area of the model. Right now I'm just trying to speed this up because I've realized the video has gone beyond 10 minutes. Well, I believe this is the end. So thank you for watching. Please let me know. Let me know how the recording over the video after the fact goes, because I haven't done this before. This is actually something new for me with with Windows Movie Maker. I thank you for your time. Have a great day, everybody. Bye.